bed Belcom, boo blessed Blontent Blub, blith blee blas blalways, blar bly blow blosts, blan and blah blidio blames from GigaBoots blot blom.
Blino.
Bunky?
Like the guy who hates JRPGs, or
No, like Monkey was a bee.
And blay blee blexcellent from blino blah bloat blag blot blom.
We called this the Blay Blocks.
Bland blyam your bloast blister blee. Okay, I'm done with this bit now.
yeah, so we just need to get Blister Bleal out.
Then we're good.
Yep.
It's like, Friel, we should start every episode of the show with you doing the intro in Pig Latin. And I'm like, I guess I can work that out.
As Phil scrambles to get into the Wheat Thrasher, he's like, okay, sure, I could do that for you.
The movie you selected this month is Kong Skull Island, a movie that I didn't know had the same director as the upcoming Metal Gear Solid movie.
And the Gundam movie.
Yes.
I certainly have a lot more faith in those after watching this.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That definitely is things I said out loud while watching this.
I can't believe I helped this man in Death Stranding and didn't even watch his movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely selected because he was working on those upcoming things. I want to know if I should be excited or not.
I should have maybe figured this out when he got pegged to do Metal Gear Solid, but I'm like, oh, this movie is just about how America is fucked up. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect that to be this much of the movie.
Well, Bob, you should have expected this movie was good. As my brother said and upset millions of people across YouTube, this is the actually good one. What did he mean? I don't know, but your theory crafting in the comment section fuels me. It can't possibly be that the first Godzilla of the new Pantheon sucks. We have to figure out the deep meaning my brother had when he said that.
Or that maybe it means that Peter Jackson King Kong sucks.
Who knows?
Mysteries.
I haven't seen that one, so who knows?
And this quote will get more and more distorted until someday someone's like, hey, you remember when Dan's brother Steve watched Lord of the Rings and said, it's ass?
So this isn't like a sequel to the Peter Jackson one.
No.
This is the new monster universe.
Okay, so I was wondering, like, is John Goodman like the old fat version of some character in the
Jack Black.
Peter Jackson one? That would be funny.
That would be really funny.
He really
but no.
leveled out as he got older.
Now I'm like, when was the Peter Jackson one set?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was like, was that the 20s or was it also the 60s? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's closer to the 20s. I'm pretty sure because I like based on shots I've seen in the film, it looked like roaring 20s maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah, it's set in 1933.
Okay.
So that was pretty close.
And apparently it got a direct to DVD sequel.
What?
How have I never heard of this?
Is that going to be on a list?
Okay, no, it's animated. Okay, it just came out the next year.
Oh my god.
I was like, whoever heard of Kong Returned? Oh god, it's a really bad looking CG thing.
Oh no.
CG monstrosity.
This sounds like a nightmare.
This Kong returned to the jungle.
Yes.
One moment.
I can't believe this is actually part of the same universe.
That's
Someone post a picture. I need to see this.
Oh my god, I'm posting it. 1 second. Oh my god, this dude's face.
Oh no. This looks,
Oh no.
It looks like a PS2 game.
it looks like they tried to put the style of the Godzilla cartoon into an awful CG.
I was thinking like Batman Beyond, but awful CG.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wikipedia has this image for the entire King Kong franchise. It stands out like a sore thumb.
Oh, this is rough. See, this CG cartoon fucks me up because it's what my brain assumes that MTV Spider-Man show looked like.
There was an MTV Spider-Man show.
Yeah, it came,
Spider-Man Unlimited. He went to a different dimension full of furries.
Okay.
I don't even remember if it was if that one was unlimited or not. It was just something they got one season that was weird CG.
Yeah, I think that's unlimited. There might have been another one.
This is bullshit.
What?
I look up Kong Return to the Jungle. Google's like, hey, would you like to see this character? Her name is Lua. And I'm like, okay, that looks like it's from the same thing. I click that. This is clearly not a character in this. They're just some horny character from some Kong thing at some point in time.
Obviously, this is what you wanted.
Why do I have this picture? Like the one picture of Kong is him looking side-eye in the middle of all of this.
What in the world?
Thank you. I feel so enriched finding out there was a CG animated film that came the next year.
That's so bad.
Thank you, Mr. Feel.
So we should talk about the actual movie, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
I laughed really hard when like it's all sepia tone, and I'm like, oh, this is the '60s, isn't it?
Yeah. But they nail it pretty well. Like color grading wise, it looks good.
They do. It does look good.
And I was like, this is probably the best they've ever nailed. Did you know the 70s looks like a vintage photo of the 70s in a film? Point of reference being like point of comparison being the Watchmen film, because I think that also tried to do that.
I mean, it's a Snyder movie, so I'm sure it did like the weird hyper reality thing.
Yes. This movie, it sure is a blockbuster film. It is really expensive, but it looks really good. Like from a just putting shit in front of a camera thing. There are some green screen scenes that are egregious.
Yeah, and once in a while the CG is lower res than the people.
Yeah,
720p monsters.
Yeah, 720p monsters compared to like 1080p 4K people, and it's rough. We watched it, just to be clear, on a 1080p Blu-ray. So it stands out that much.
It's weird because it's not consistent either, because sometimes the monsters look great.
Yeah.
And other times it's like, why is that buffalo? Like 480.
Yeah, the buffalo was definitely the most like Avatar-ass monster.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
we'll see. You won't notice for most of the monsters because they're really well designed, because I have trouble looking at most of them.
Yeah,
Because it's like, oh no, I gotta go. Like the spider was giving me anxiety.
Oh, yo, we were having a bad time in here.
yeah, that spider is rough. That was really well shot.
Yeah, it was scary as shit.
Like when the main threat of that spider was literally stabbing them with his legs that were just bamboo needles.
Yeah.
Ugh.
My only regret is that Tosh was not awake and also watching, so that way I had one more person next to me just going, oh no.
I also had trouble with just the skull crawlers are just really scary looking.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did a good thing by not just making them dinosaurs. It's like these things are fucking freaks.
Yeah, they're like some weird. They remind me of the first angel that shows up in Ava, but mixed with a dinosaur. It's messed up.
See, I think of there's this one area in Dark Souls 2 that's like a pirate cove, and there are enemies in there with arms exactly like the skull crawlers, and even in Dark Souls 2, I was like, I fucking hate these things.
Oh,
I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
You think that the director played Dark Souls 2?
I feel like I've been seeing a lot of things with like those arms. Like everybody just figured out, wow, those arms are really creepy looking.
Yeah, this specific design for the skull crawlers reminded me of something. I can't really pin it down, but that like almost like shaved naked lizard nightmare thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even see like eyes on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the skull crawlers remind me of that angel Bob was talking about and a Leopleurodon. I'm just like, this is fucking unreal.
I love the chart on this. Shows me what a human size is.
Yeah, exactly. That's important, and how large an ammonite is compared to the Leopleurodon. Thank you. What is this random website?
There's
God.
the enemy from Dark Souls 2 that I was talking about.
Oh God.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be that. Yeah, it's the worst. I fucking hate that thing.
I'm glad I didn't get to
It's
that.
like, it's like, oh, there's 4 of us in a room. We have command grabs with our giant, scary arms.
And we're Dark Souls 2, so those command grabs are the entire screen, the entire circumference of this room.
Yo, you can buy a plushie. Oh, it's a rubber Leo Pleurodon. Okay, I have no interest in that. I only want a plushie.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of marveling at how well shot and how good many of these scenes looked, especially early on when you're before they actually go to Skull Island. Like specifically that scene where they're in the we're in like the club, where they do a nice mix of red and blue lighting as they draft Tom Hiddleston to be Nathan Drake in this movie.
Oh, that scene was good. I like how he killed that guy with the pool cue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really good when it became Only Goodman Forgives.
Yes.
Oh, God, you brought that up and I was gonna die.
I also think just all the iconography and like design of the Monarch stuff is really slick.
Yes.
Like the way its logo looks.
Yeah.
And also the name Monarch is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And John Goodman does a really good job as this character.
Oh yeah, no, his performance is really great. Something funny that works parallel to Goodman in this movie, weirdly enough, and it mostly happens early on, but comes back to happen again later, is they edit his shit like he's on a reality TV show, so he will be completely off camera saying some important line, and you'll just get to see someone else in the room not react to it. Where it's just, here's a zoomed in shot of the senator, and then John Goodman in a completely different tone from every line up until now will just go, this is the plot of the movie. And then we'll change shots for someone else to actually react to it, because of course the face they're showing, it's not hearing what he's saying in the least. Like, it's not acting against what he's saying, which is a very reality TV thing, but it was very funny to see it here. Weirdly enough, only happens with Goodman. And nobody else has that moment.
Yeah, that was something weird you pointed out. I did not notice that until you started looking at it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was one of those times where you're like, let me show you something fucked up right now.
Yeah, they did it like 2, maybe 3 or 4 times early on in the film, stopped it. And I was like, okay, it was just the studio had some notes about the plot not being clear enough or wanting to change some line. So then they changed it in post, like, later on. And then it comes back one more time later in the film. We're like, okay.
You finally brought it up when they were on the boat about to go, and he's like, don't be a coward. Go inside the tornado of nightmares.
It's a good scene. It's my favorite scene from Willy Wonka. But yeah, no, the movie looks exceptional. There are very few problems, and they're almost exclusively bad green screen, where it's like, it's nighttime. Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson are hanging out, and the background's supposed to be a night sky, but it just looks wrong.
We have so few episodes of Blontent Blub that Brie Larson is in half of these episodes now.
Oh God,
I know.
She is.
Yeah,
because she was also in Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim.
So.
I did. You see, I didn't realize it was Brie Larson, but I was like, I don't really like this lady. Why?
Luckily
that's hilarious.
It doesn't feel like they push you liking her that much in this movie.
Yeah, it works out great.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, it's not.
She's also like one of 3 characters that isn't explicitly trying to get everyone killed. So
It helps, yeah.
it's like she gets a buff.
Right.
Could you imagine she takes the role of Sam Jackson? And it's just like,
He's like, oh, but now it's a girl boss. Everybody has to like it.
Ooh. Yeah,
That probably would be the angle in a different movie. Yeah. But I get Sam Jackson's character, but it was just giving me flashbacks to every time I ever talked to a boomer about Vietnam.
Yeah, so it's perfect.
Yeah, so he played it perfectly.
It is perfect.
yes.
But it's like I understand the symbolism and the allegory, but you're really just giving me war flashbacks.
No, it's great. We didn't lose the war. we
abandoned
it. I laughed so hard when he said that.
I like the entire thing of it's like, yeah, I'm going to blow my brains out. And it's this one phone call that keeps me from blowing my brains out. I'm now going to ruin my entire crew's lives. My entire, platoon. It's like, no, today was our retirement day.
It was the last day on the Force.
It was our last day
Yeah,
on
it
the
was-
Force, and
it
you
was-
signed us
last day
up
on
to
the
go to a
Force.
fucking evil island.
Hey, you want to talk about your mom? No, I do not. That will flag me for death.
What about your wife and kids?
No.
So, everybody's seen Forrest Gump, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the long ago. Yeah.
I really enjoyed how the crazy guy is basically playing Lieutenant Dan Taylor, but straight, like not in a semi-comedy movie.
Yes.
Just completely straightforward.
You're talking, I assume, about Cole, I believe his name was, the best character in this film.
The one who's like, yeah, we sure got owned. Oh, well, did the best we could.
I know, right?
Yeah, that was it. We were dying.
Kong completely wrecks these choppers. People are murdered. There are at least 9 people dead, I think. And then he's just like, you see that shit? It was a giant monkey. And then Cole just goes, yeah, it was unexpected circumstances. We did the best we could.
Is that all you're willing to say about a giant monkey?
I'm just saying, we got out there and we did our best. It was a good hustle, good job, team.
See, I'm trying to remember. Is he also the guy that did the thing where he held the grenades?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
then
because
he was the best character because
Yeah.
I saw that clip years ago on Twitter just out of context. And with context, it's even better.
Yeah, no, Cole's amazing.
Yeah, he's like the guy that got broken by Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? The fucking the lion and the mouse with the thorn, and he's just like, what are you talking about? The mouse used
I
the thorn
love
to kill
that.
the lion.
He's like, who told you that? My mom. Oh, that explains everything.
Yeah, no, Cole's amazing. This movie would be lesser without him for fucking sure.
Yeah, if anything, the movie could have used more of him, honestly.
I agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
Man, how bad of an idea was it for them to all start attacking the ape?
Oh, that was so bad.
Like, let's circle him. It was like, he already took out a chopper without even thinking about it. Maybe you guys should run for now.
Well,
Not
they're run
ruin
by
every chopper.
a lunatic. Like they're
Yes.
controlled by Samuel L. Jackson, who is psychotic.
Yeah.
I really like the part where you can tell there's no named people on certain choppers, so they just like, grab it and slam that one.
Fire sale, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Cole should have been, alternative pick. Also would have been great because obviously he's great in the film. But what if he was Matthew McConaughey? That's all I could think about every time he talked. I was like, yeah, if he just started going Wolf of Wall Street, like pounding his chest and going on a rant that no one understands.
I love the gratuitous violence in this film. It's really good. I can't stop thinking about that part where the dude gets carried away from the boat, and then you see the silhouette chop his leg off.
No, it pulls his arm off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like a bird just dives at his shoulder and
Yeah,
perfectly bisects
I know.
it. I'm like, oh my
It's a perfect even slice.
That scene is so weird.
It's fucking hilarious.
I appreciate the willingness of this movie to just kill people unceremoniously.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Like that happens to John Goodman.
it does. And
Yeah.
I did not expect he just goes, oh fuck.
They even have that moment with the guy who separates from them. Mm-hmm. Who runs into a stick bug first.
Yeah, got
And he gets
stick bug lol.
on. Yeah.
And then he's just abruptly killed.
I'm trying to remember. What was his name? Mason or something? I can't remember.
Because half the movie is them going after him.
Yeah.
Mason is Brie Larson.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that guy's name. And then
Lucas?
he was basically their Private Ryan.
Right.
And
Thankfully, that monster burps up his skull that still has the dog tags on it.
Oh,
yeah, that's when I went, what does this remind me of? And I stared into middle space as I tried to remember. And then I go, the live action Attack on Titan.
I've really. This is really rough, man.
I've not seen the anime, only the live action
God.
adaptation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the audience knows because who would see it like that?
Yeah.
I think that thing could go to Curse Content Club. It's that level.
Yes.
yeah, probably.
It's pretty bad when they announce a sequel and we don't even consider watching it.
Yes.
We saw every live action Kenshin movie. Did you see the first one? There's no reason to keep going. That thing barely looked like a film in the modern era.
I'm really impressed that they made John C. Reilly kind of a badass.
Yeah, that was really surprising.
Every time he does the samurai sword shit, it kills me.
It's really good because he works out sometimes.
Yes, it's almost weird when he gets owned, like by Samuel Jackson. It's like, dude, you just earlier you took down you samurai sword cut that skull eater.
Yeah, you fucking sliced up the arm of the Leopleurodon. Like, fucking, you're a badass. That to an unreasonable extent. Like, he speaks Japanese as he goes into battle to say death before dishonor.
I saw that and went, oh man, this dude's gonna make a really cool Metal Gear movie.
I saw that and I was like, no, Taquito, the fish is bad. And he's like, I know, I'll just suck the filling out of the sushi. That way I don't get sick.
This movie was good enough that I forgot he was in that movie. That other thing.
I like
movie is too strong a word.
I fully expected him to do like the full saying the Japanese and then get eaten. Like, I thought he was just going to be owned immediately.
Me.
Yeah.
But no, this is surprisingly a feel-good movie for that character.
Which is great.
Yes. I was like, that's not what I expected at all.
Yeah, he gets like the happiest ending. Like, he goes home and it's in the credits where he's like, hey, my son, who is now an adult.
with giant sideburns, and then the mom goes, oh my God, I don't know who you are because the actor that portrayed the young version of you looks nothing like you.
Yeah, that was definitely the hardest sell of the movie. We see him land. We see him land at the beginning of the movie. Clearly, not a man who could ever be John C. Reilly.
and I think Dan, you pointed that out. I'm like, oh God, no, it can't be that. It looks so wrong.
The actor who played the young version of him is also the son.
Oh no!
Yeah,
God
okay.
damn it.
That's funny.
I figured.
That's funny. I didn't put that together. Huh. So John C. Reilly stuck in a time loop? Is that...
So
was that the plot of this movie? I fell asleep.
So I've never been like a huge King Kong fan.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that King Kong was boring compared to like Godzilla or other monsters. I think making him like Baby Kong works. It like makes him more interesting. It makes Kong more interesting and like explains why he's like, oh, white woman.
Yeah, where he doesn't.
Oh, white woman.
And also making a baby, but lets him grow up to fight Godzilla later.
Yeah, because that's the only thing I know about that new movie was we had to make Kong a lot bigger.
Oh, see, that's because you guys aren't as smart as me. I watched the movie and I see what King Kong represents, and that makes it a good film. I've seen every King Kong movie and am the most boring man in America.
King Kong represents what we want but can never have.
You don't have schools. You have King Kong.
Oh, no.
You don't have the power to pull at someone's tongue and pull out 18 organs.
Yeah, no, that was a real chain attack, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, what was the reaction when it's like, okay, it's trying to eat his arm. What's he gonna? Oh God! Oh God!
Oh, yeah, that was like, oh God, yeah, that you sure did win.
I'm really glad this doesn't feel like every other King Kong movie I've seen.
Yes, thank God.
Every other one does feel like it has to hit that same structure of the original.
Yeah, but they feel less like their own original works and more like paint by numbers.
Yeah,
They
it's
gotta
like
climb that building.
It's like,
Yeah,
he's got to climb the building. He's got to be put on show.
right. We have to have some contrivance to get him back home. We have to do all that whole arc, and it's like, no, we don't.
It's almost like we have 10 films that are trying to be Jurassic Park 1.
Yeah,
That's how it feels. And, you know, that's part of the reason why I didn't even watch Peter Jackson's King Kong. You can see the ads for it and see it is also very similar to the traditional King Kong structure. Whereas this, you see the ads and you're like, yeah, that doesn't look.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting. I knew they were gonna have like the monster that Kong has to fight. Was not expecting just the extra large things.
Oh yeah, every other
of
monster is
nightmares.
just here.
Yeah, that's what makes that spider part so fucked up.
You know what's okay? You want to talk about a real subversion of what I thought based on the trailer? I think the joke about him coming up with the name is much funnier in the film than it is in the trailer for the film. Where he's like, they call him skull
The trailer
crawlers.
made me worried about it.
Yeah, me too. It looked like a bad comedy film because of that one bit. But instead, he says it, and other people in the room are like, that's not a bad name. And he's just like, no, it's bad. He immediately starts doubling in on it. I'm just like, no.
And he's like, no, it's call him whatever you want.
It's fine. You call him something else. My name's stupid. Like, that's genuinely funny. The trailer made it seem like everyone in the room was going to give him a quirky look, which doesn't make any fucking sense for people in this situation to do. So I actually enjoyed that joke a lot more in the film, and I think that may be the only time that has ever happened to me, where I've watched a trailer. They're like, here's the joke as we're going to present it. And I'm like, oh no, this is going to be a really bad film when it comes to comedy. Which weirdly enough, no. A shot that I enjoy, because they only do it like once, maybe twice, is that hyper-realism Zack Snyder thing where we zoom in slowly on the guy with the shades.
This has the same cinematographer as most of Zack Snyder's movies.
There we go.
God.
There we go. That shot was hilarious, and I loved it.
They weren't on Justice League, but they were on, I think, every other major Zack Snyder thing, like 300.
Okay.
Wow.
Watchmen.
There was a scene there I was like, oh, it's them doing 300. I was like, okay, I'm
Yes.
justified. Thank you.
I'm glad to know we're not all insane when we notice a thing and put two and two together.
If you're talking about really good shots, all I think about is when it became a first-person shooter 2 times.
Oh, that was very cool. I enjoy that shot.
they're
Put
like-
a GoPro on a fucking gun and swing it around.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
It was really good because the one of the I think it was an semi-automatic rifle. I couldn't remember if it was like a AK or whatever. I'm a gun guy. Anyways, the first person perspective on that, since it was a perfectly centered shot of the gun and everything, made me go, are you Call of Duty 2? Like, it looked so much like it.
Yeah, I didn't. The second time they did it with the shotgun, that's when I was like, Doom?
Man, this team should go make a Doom movie.
Semper Fi.
I should. Jesus. Semper Fi, motherfucker.
Did Bargain Bin Shia LaBeouf survive? I forget.
I don't know who you're describing as that, and that makes me a little happy.
What is his fucking name?
Oh,
Slivko, the kid.
The kid who's like, who fixes up the boat.
Yeah, the dude who's
And he has like the red bandana.
Okay. I think he survives. I think he's one of the few.
Yeah, I think he made it out. Pretty sure.
Because I just in my head it's just like this kid has like the exact same energy as Shia LaBeouf, like exactly.
I don't know. I liked him.
Or like a weird hybrid of him and like Michael Cera, like if you fused them together.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you bridge that chasm in humanity.
Yeah, there was enough
In the
humanity in him to not feel Shia LaBeouf core.
Exactly. That's why I was like, I'm really glad that I don't immediately know who Feel's talking about, because if I did, I'd probably hate this fucking character. It's really weird that this character, because they have a lot of characters, they all seem really well developed.
Yeah.
You have scenes where characters come together to explain their perspective and develop backstory through their dialogue.
Yeah, I loved the Cole's random story about taking that man's gun.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
I mean, it's a thing Cole did, so it's great.
I have this gun.
What are you going to do when they come to your doorstep? I'm going to shoot him with his gun.
God, he's so good. 2 things. Going into this movie, after seeing Feel post, this is the first time I found Tom Hiddleston hot. Really, really hit me because I forgot that he was in this movie, so I had no idea what he was talking about. And then throughout the movie, I keep going, man, they really miscast Uncharted the movie, huh?
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, we keep.
He's wearing a Drake outfit, and
Yeah,
he would have done that pretty well.
I think that still would not have produced a very Nathan Drake-esque Nathan Drake, but at least he wouldn't have looked 12.
I think that the weird thing is, like, he would make a perfect Flynn.
He would be pitch perfect Flynn, 100%.
Absolutely.
And then everyone would like join in for the marketing campaign that is in like Flynn.
Uh-huh.
And then that would be the hashtag.
And Flynn has a bit of that kooky, I'm a villain, but also you like me nature that Loki has,
yes,
so it sells.
I believe that's called fuckboy energy. And yes,
it would
Flynn
be great if anyone at Sony, if the main theme of the Uncharted movie hadn't been, this seems like something we should be doing, so I guess.
Yeah, the Uncharted movie is an insane mistake. I'm looking forward to undoubtedly watching that for some form of content.
Right.
I don't know when, because they might
sadly,
go.
it can't be a spoiler cast because they were stupid and are like, only in theaters.
Yeah, no, not a chance. I'm in Florida.
Yeah, it'll just be a really light one.
God, they spent $120 million on that movie. They're fucked.
Yeah, they are. Hopefully that Spider-Man money covers their ass.
Certainly a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a weirdly excellent film. Like, it not only had a pretty good plot structure, it didn't really get lost in the woods all that much.
Funny.
This is my brilliant YouTube video.
Yeah, it was like
joke.
surprisingly small scale. Like, there was no the threat was we have to leave. Like, there's no
And the
sky laser.
Right, and the other threat was Sam Jackson won't let us.
Yes, and that's really great, and it works. It works really well, and that there could have been a sky laser. This movie absolutely could have had that moment of, if we don't do this thing in time, then all the skull crawlers will get out. And tons of films would have done that.
Right, it felt like it was going to start going that angle. It was like, no, it's not that at all. We just need to leave.
We just gotta fucking go. And Sam Jackson's like, no, we don't.
It's like, we lost Vietnam. I won't lose this.
It's like, you know how we don't lose this? We come back with a nuke.
No.
Then we win.
Impossible.
This was a nice way for this movie series to actually bounce back after the first Godzilla movie with Bryan Cranston in it.
Yeah, that movie's made like shit. Like, not even just talking about the plot or anything else. It looks like garbage. It looks like wet, hot garbage.
That was so disappointing. I loved the trailers leading up to that. I was super excited because I am a huge Godzilla fan.
Yeah.
And then I watched it. I was like, this is just terrible
That
in every way imaginable.
Dude, that is the least I've ever enjoyed a Godzilla film.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, now I'm in that mode where I want to see the other two movies now.
Yeah, I have hope for the sequels because I heard much better things about that next Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
And this leads her into it directly, which is surprising.
Yeah, when every review is like, they didn't focus on the people enough. Why they keep fighting monsters in this kaiju movie?
Yeah, no idea. Final War's pretty good.
I need to bring Final Word to Bless Blontent Club.
Yeah, no, that would probably win. I'd probably win. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about who put up what.
Oh yeah,
I made a bet or imperative, more accurately, several months ago that I would bring Mega 64 version 3 if I won 3 times in a row because version 4 was coming out soon at that point. I didn't realize it would be the week we voted.
Right, that was kind of insane.
That was intense because originally it was supposed to come out earlier than that, but it got pushed all the way back to the exact week we voted on Bless Blontent 3 or 4, which is hilarious. Bob, what did you bring?
I brought this, not knowing if it was good, but hoping and wanting to watch this movie for the past 2 years.
Yeah. Have you've owned it on Blu-ray that whole time, right?
I've owned it on Blu-ray for at least a year.
Yeah. I remember the countless conversations of, we need to watch that. But what if we watched every episode of Columbo?
Right?
Yeah.
KZ, what did you bring?
I brought Tommy Boy.
I didn't realize Tommy Boy was that about a guy named Tommy. I don't know why, and I don't know what I thought it was, but there were a lot of movies in the 90s where the title would be a thing,
were.
and in the movie they would say, you know what a blank is? and then they would come up with their in-universe reason that name makes sense.
Yeah, I was very close into bringing Dodgeball, but I feel like the other thing in here is way too close.
Yes, it is. Like, even in my head, those movies are the same movie.
Yeah, what was the name of yours again? Beer Fest, Feel?
Beer Fest. I really love that movie. It's made by the same people who made Super Troopers,
Now, I'm not shit-talking
which is another movie I enjoy.
I'm not shit-talking that movie. I haven't seen that movie. But when I watched the trailer, I'm like, holy shit, this looks like homeopathic aughts comedy. Because it really is just Dodgeball mixed with Super
Maybe
Troopers.
it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I'll be like, wow. I'll be like, that's pretty much what it is. Dodgeball
Right?
mixed with Super Troopers.
Have to watch that someday, I guess.
So the thing that the Tommy Boy trailer made me realize was like, did Chris Farley die and then Adam Sandler is like, I will be the new Chris Farley and steal the plots of all of his movies?
Yes! I've been thinking about this for a very long time.
I mean,
Because Tommy Boy has like the exact same plot as
Mr. Deeds? Question mark?
the fucking stupid one where he has to go to school, where he has to go back to
Billy
elementary
Madison.
school.
Yeah, that's Billy Madison.
Billy Madison. Like, even Tommy, Billy, like Adam Sandler is not exactly subtle.
Yeah, it's slightly different. This one's more of a road trip thing to sell things, and that one's he's going to school, but it's still the same esque.
It's like the same. It's the same. I'm the fuck up child of a rich guy, and have to get my shit together to inherit.
Yeah, I mean, when you're trying to make the most broadly Americana film as a comedy possible, you can only have so many types of Adam Sandler, like as the main character.
I'm thinking about it.
It's
I feel like we didn't see it, but I feel like Tommy Boy has more stakes than Billy Madison on closer
Probably.
inspection. But yeah, you basically got it.
Chris Farley also has much more humanity.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's not hard to have more humanity than Adam Sandler in how he comes across in his films.
I didn't know what you're talking about. He's such a good actor. He puts a pickle on his face and says, I'm Pickle Face.
We're gonna get pickle face.
I need to see Uncut Gems so I can know what like a real movie with him in it is like.
Justin Roiland's like, pickle face. That's fucking stupid. It should have been Pickle Rick. Yeah, I also want to see Uncut Gems because it's either good or it's amusing because it's Adam Sandler being super serious. Either way, that has to be a pretty all right watch.
Right.
Unlike the Attack on Titan live action film.
What are we doing?
Imagine that night scene in this with bad green screen was a whole movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's a Japanese anime adaptation. Like, it was made with $4.
It was made with $4 and we can't shoot at night, evidently.
They also have the conceit of we can rewrite the whole thing and people will still like it, right?
Yes.
I hate that we're now
die.
stuck talking about this movie, but the thing that always jumps out to me about that movie is like the Western media around it, where it's like, well, after Ghost in the Shell cast a white woman to be Makoto Kusanagi, this movie understands that everybody should be Japanese. And I'm like, it was produced in Japan, which is a monoethnic country
I'm gonna
almost.
shit my pants.
Right.
This isn't a decision
And
as much
two-
as it is the default.
And two, everybody in Attack on Titan except for one character is very explicitly white.
Yeah, no, they're explicitly not Asian.
Are you telling me?
Very much so.
I thought Krauser was a fucking Japanese name.
Right?
So it's just like, whatever you think about that Ghost in the Shell movie, shut up. Just shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, please. Oh my god.
I was pleasantly surprised. This movie has a lean plot, looks
Yeah.
real nice. It's got great characters. The special effects look pretty good most of the time. Yeah, it seems like, we could still make a blockbuster that's not a gigantic piece of fucking shit that looks like ass. So that's cool.
Yes.
I would like to see more of that. Let this man direct the Metal Gear Solid movie and let him do Metal Gear Solid 3 first, so that way he can reuse the sets.
God.
No, he wants to do one first.
That's understandable. I feel like you do 3 first, and most people are going to be like, why'd you make a weird Bond film?
Yeah, right? I would love to see the live action version of Shagohod, though.
Oh, God, yeah. Especially this team making that? oh, hell yes. That thing would tear ass.
But at the same time, Metal Gear Rex in live action is going to be pretty great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, 3 doesn't have the cyborg ninja.
That's true.
And we need that realized in live action. Because that's too insane.
Is he gonna be Gray Fox? Which they say Gray Fox in this movie.
Yeah, he names that boat Gray Fox. I'm like, oh my god.
Can't even tell this guy likes Metal Gear. Do you think Gray Fox is still gonna be like blowing a load in his pants over being shot?
Definitely.
People are gonna be like, oh, that's like me for real.
When I looked up this dude and it said, you know, he directed Kong Skull Island, that's really great. And I look at the Metal Gear and it's like, you're directing and writing.
Yeah.
Because he's that hard invested in specifically getting this made.
The studio was like, really? We thought Snake at this point, as he deals with the sniper battle and the results of thereof, would just say, guess she's not going to be in the sequel.
Oh, no!
Director's like, I had another idea that's not terrible. They're like, oh, okay, go ahead, I guess. Do we know anything about the current development? Like, I hate talking about video game movies at all.
Right,
like,
because they're not real.
That don't already exist. But do we know jack fucking shit about funding or anything else of that fucking Metal Gear movie?
The only,
I don't
only
know.
thing
They didn't fucking cast it until the end of last year and the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I would be surprised if they've even started shooting.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
They usually you know from the heavens when shooting starts, because then actors always post on like Instagram or something like, we've started.
Yeah, I also trust that Let's Talk PlayStation with Mystic Ryan would bring that up in that episode. There's no way that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's just every article about it is just like, the director said they had wanted to do it for a long time. Now I will explain the timeline of the Metal Gear franchise, because I have to make this an article to fill time.
Man, that's like that Kana article I stumbled into last night. I was just trying to look up the name of a fucking character, and I stumbled into this article. You may not notice, but Kana's about death. And I'm like, that's literally the whole game. Like, your job is some fucked up Grim Reaper sort of deal. In what world would I not notice? Only adults can notice. I feed my children dog food. They can't notice. This joke made by a man who was fed dog food by an adult once. Cool.
That's true. I'm an adult where another adult gave me dog food like a couple of months ago. It was weird.
I did not give you dog food.
It certainly looked and tasted like it.
I literally ate dog food. Do not compare what you went through to what I went through.
Oh, okay. You want to rate the movie? I don't know.
No.
Okay.
No, I want to stay here forever.
Well, sadly, we have to rate the movie.
God damn it.
Take that, Dan Jackson.
KZ, you can start. The scale for Blessed Blontent Blub is 5 to 15.
Because it's blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's blessed, so it's the opposite of cursed, which is -5 to 5.
Yeah, I really like this movie. Just in general, I think it was shot exceptionally well. There were some really good shots, really good sets. The action was enjoyable, and there were some really visceral kills through these monsters and the designs and everything. I think it was really, really good. I'm giving this a 14. So it's going to be a same point I gave Scott Pilgrim.
Bob?
Okay, I'm going to explain how I'm going to think about the scale from now on.
Yeah, that's understandable.
So no one dogpiles me for my score.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to consider it like it's a 1 to 10 scale. Like the 5 through 9 is there, but really, these are all great movies. We just don't have the lower 5 because hopefully nothing ever gets that bad.
Yeah,
and then everything above that, like above the 10.
The hope is nothing ever hits even the bottom 2 points.
Right.
of
The hope is no one comes in here and says 7.
Yeah, hopefully not. And then the upper ones are for when things go above and beyond, which is fine. I've already rated things the way I feel about that. Of like John Wick is way above a 10.
Oh, okay. So long as your old scores feel accurate to whatever this is, then whatever.
Right. So I'm going to give this a 9.
Okay.
I think this is a great movie, but it doesn't exceed being a movie like some of these other things we've watched.
Right. And that's that, the way I like to think of it is it's like camera exposure shit where you don't want to clip the highlights. That's so you're safe, right?
Right.
Like that, for example, you gave Drive a 13. That would be 10 plus.
Right. Drive It is an excellent movie. Absolutely.
It would be unreasonable to hold everything up to the standards of Drive a John Wick.
Right? And then the freaking Scott Pilgrim is some of the most I've laughed in a movie.
Yes.
Even if I don't like it as much as other comedies, it still exceeds my expectations by a lot.
True. I have never heard Dan full of such joy than watching Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, it's true. I gave it a 15, just like Drive a John Wick, because I won 3 times in a row, baby.
It was very easy for me to make our Blessed Blontent spreadsheet this today when I was like, okay, Dan, 5th, yeah.
Copy, paste.
I'm going to give this a 13. I'm going to continue to use it like a 1 to 10 scale.
Okay.
This was really good. I don't think I'll ever wake up and be like, okay, I need to watch Kong Skull Island again. But I might like watch it if I get into those movies, those new Monsterverse movies.
Yeah.
Or if somebody else is watching it in the same room, I'll be like, okay, I can sit here and watch this. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm giving it a 13. And Dan, you get to say yours last.
There's a lot of wisdom in Bob's system, and I agree with this. But if I were to adopt Bob's system, I feel like my 15 for John Wick should just barely be a 14, because we need that much extra wiggle room
For John Wick 2 and 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. John Wick, as I'm currently using the scale, which is to give these absolutely immaculate films the perfect score they deserve.
Honestly, Dan, I was looking at my score and I gave the first one a 15. Well, I've seen the other 2. I feel like I should move it down a point.
Oh, okay.
That's how hard I was like, oh man, I can see where you're coming from.
I mean, John Wick's a really fucking excellent movie. It's really good. The gravity of everything.
Shocked.
I mean, fucking Willem Dafoe's in it. Is he Dafoe or DeFriend? You don't know. That's part of the suspense of John Wick. Jonathan Wickleton.
God, not remembering that one episode of Columbo we watched where the hotel manager was in it.
Yeah, the guy who runs the hotel, the old dude, is fucking one of the main characters in an episode of Columbo from the 90s.
I can't handle Columbo because then the episode before that, the chauffeur guy is just one of the main old guys in Breaking Bad. I'm like, I'm tired of this.
Yes. It's great. Even in the 90s and late 80s, Columbo still had actors show up. It's too bad about writers maybe not being there every time. I'm gonna go. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm also gonna land the same way Bob did. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9. It's a really good film. Like, it's really great. I don't think it's like important cinema. Like, if somebody goes, "Hey, what's one of your favorite films ever?" This would never come up. But I think it's
not a chance.
It's a super enjoyable film, and it's really well made, and it's fun as shit. So it is a really great film. And with that, I have a number that isn't a 15. All it took was me not winning.
It was wonderful.
Well, that's
all right. Time to
one
go.
last
Right,
thing.
let's leave.
No, time for psychological torture.
Okay, Bob, don't fuck us.
I got this.
You got four bullets, Bob. You got A, B, C, and D.
This will determine cursed content by committee for next month.
I'm gonna go with.
Wait a minute. Have you ever just said I choose nothing?
I don't think that I'll accept that.
Okay. I'll just pick the list then.
No, wait.
On second thought, that was stupid, and I regret saying it.
I'll go as A.
Okay, A is bad 90s superhero movies that got made after Batman, which
Yes!
includes such
Yes!
classic as Blank Man,
Oh my god.
the Meteor Man.
What?
Oh, The Meteor Man is a movie starring Eddie Murphy where he gets hit by a meteor and becomes a superhero.
I forgot about this
Wow.
until just now. Jesus Christ.
I feel like I might have seen an ad for that once.
Actually, that's Eddie Griffin.
The Shadow, Dark Man, and Spawn.
Some of these sound good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm not upset this time. This is pretty good.
The other bullets were 90s kids adventure movies,
Okay.
including things like Tall Tale and Warriors of Virtue. That's what that fucking thing is called, right?
Oh. Isn't that one of Egro's favorite movies?
Oh god.
The Happy Madison Death Round,
Oh, no.
Yes!
which was just a bunch of fucking Happy Madison movies, and our category Let It Die for soulless sequels, which included such movies as Dr. Dolittle 5 and Predator 2018 that has autism is the future of humanity.
Oh, man.
Jesus, that was close.
Good job, Bob.
Crisis averted.
So, of any of those superhero movies, are any of those the one where the guy wears the tight purple suit? Or is that The Phantom?
You're thinking of the Phantom, and
Okay.
I had to cut something.
Okay.
So-
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just making sure I didn't confuse the name with that and Dark Man or something.
I'm so glad that we spent a part of this podcast talking about Adam Sandler, and Bob managed to dodge his category. I didn't need a full circle.
Yeah, that would have
moment.
been bad.
Yeah, that
Yes.
would have been a yikes moment. Ugh.
Thank you for listening to Blessed Blontent Blub. Please come back next time. We can't be alone with any movie and Cursed Content Club ever.
No.
No.
God.